To our discussion on AI prompt writing for art and also for writing text. It's going to be an interesting discussion. First, let's check to see if this goes and starts off, and we're going to go like that. Nope, gray still. So we're going to switch over to this, which is what I thought would be kind of interesting, which would be a definition of exactly what AI is first. And unfortunately, I forgot that I went to the wrong screen here. So, well, not the wrong screen, just the wrong spot on the screen. And this is the outline for today's presentation, speaking of AI. And I used AI to generate this whole outline for 1 hour live discussion, creating prompts to inspire engaging AI art and text. Circle on back to our definition here, which will be here right there. And this is, I was using Voila to do that. This is not an AI program that I'm showing right now, which is a Jamboard that I did to make this definition a little bit more readable right up here, a little bit bigger. Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are designed to think and learn like humans. The term may also be applied to any machine that exhibits traits associated with human mind, such as learning and problem solving. Truth is, does AI really learn? I don't think so. It's all programming. AI systems are used in various fields, from simple tasks like filtering spam emails to more complex tasks like autonomous driving, natural language processing, and medical diagnosis. Now, medical diagnosis, one thing that with AI that I have learned is that when it doesn't know, it punts, which is very dangerous. We are going to get back on track here, which is the outline. Introduction will be 5 minutes. After that, we're going to go into section 1, which is understanding AI and prompt. And let's welcome and a brief introduction to the topic. I have found that it's a lot of fun learning how to write AI prompts. And one of the best things to do is just go in and do it rather than reading through all of the scripts on how to do it, because a lot of times, sometimes they don't get into everything you need to know for talking to AI. Hey, Andrew, great to see you. Happy New Year. And we're talking AI. If you got any questions, and I forgot, I think I need to send you over about how to get into Bard and things like that. So I will make sure to do that. And as usual, I have to have lots of fluid during this conversation. Overview of what will be covered in this session. Well, basically everything on this page is going to be covered, and a few demonstrations, because I want you to see AI art and AI text and different ways that I'm using AI. And if you want, I can share whatever you want as far as asking questions. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want. AI is not something to be scared of. And that is one of the major takeaways that I want people to have, because too many people, they hide the fact that they even use AI because AI has been vilified in the press. I diverge. Importance of effective prompt generation for AI-generated art and text. Yes, it's important to have an AI prompt that gets you what you want. I mean, that's pretty much says what it is. And we can move on to the next one, which is, oh yeah, I didn't use my page down thinking of that. Here we go. Come on down. All right, let's go all the way up to the top here. Try this again. Page down. There. New keyboard. I love this keyboard. Mechanical keyboard. The only thing is I'm not quite totally used to it yet. So sometimes I push the wrong thing. Introduction. We did that. Let's go to the next one. Section 1, understanding an AI prompt engineering. Why they call it engineering? Probably because engineers are the ones who made AI, software engineering. I'll give you an example. When they did the AI generation for text, and this is a really weird one, and I'm going to give you one that I've run into. With GPT-4, you can actually get the date. However, the date currently, until they fix it, is centered on GMT. So living in California around 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, if I go, what date is it? It'll give me tomorrow's date instead of today's date. So in my prompt, I actually have it corrected by saying, what is the date 8 hours ago? Crazy. Now, brief explanation of AI interpretive prompts, how it interprets prompts. AI reads the entire prompt and then it basically does its best to try to understand what you're saying. And the more descriptive you can get with punctuation, it doesn't really care about sentence structure. A lot of times a prompt will just have nothing but commas after it to separate thoughts. But other than that, feel free to experiment with AI prompts. And simple thing is a period or a quotation mark can make all the difference in the actual generation of the prompt. The concept of prompt engineering and its significance. The significance is kind of something that the end user really doesn't care about, but it does affect us all, and including the end user. And that is, you want to take up as little machine time as possible. I'll give you a side story on that. When I was a freshman back in college, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, the computer that we used was actually the Penn State mainframe, which was something like $2,400 a minute of computer time. And it was very expensive. So back then, in those days, you didn't want to take up a whole lot of computer time. The lucky thing for us as students were we weren't charged with how many seconds or even minutes that we used. And so when you wrote a program, you tried to take up as little computer time as possible. So that's why you have a good prompt. A good prompt will take up the computer's time less. Now, the flip side of that is with the GPT and the interpretive languages, sometimes they need to actually be slowed up a little bit so that they actually spend more time on the problem. It's a weird science, and that's why I say the best thing to do is go in. You watched a YouTuber today saying that all of her video ideas are from AI, and they were even make her travel vlogs incredibly what's happening. Yes, I can go into that later on. I actually have a prompt that I've written for my AI and Me project, which is basically my own personal AI and Me project. One of the prompts that I'm working on, and I actually have pretty much, it works well now, is you give it a bunch of things that you did during the day, and then it does your whole diary entry. For example, I could just say, I went live today and I discussed AI generative prompts, and it would fill in everything. As a matter of fact, maybe we'll do that later on. Examples of simple versus complex prompts and their outcomes. Well, I can give you some of those examples later on. I think we went a little ways here. Let's go to the next one down. Oh yeah, hit the page down instead. Wait a second, I hit page up. Sorry about that. 15 minutes, and we're going to good prompt, specific details, and prompts and details, and specify details in detail in prompts. And this is exactly, unedited. I didn't edit at all what the AI generated for me for this session. This was done with GPT-4 and using Voila, which is an interface. It's a Chrome plugin which interfaces with GPT-4. Specifically, it helps for like when you're doing pictures, you can have a simple prompt, like say, draw a dog, or a very complex prompt, which says maiden in the foreground with blonde hair, blue eyes, and wearing a medieval dress. In the background, have medieval castle, lighting from the east, early morning, stuff like that. The more you know about photography, the better for doing prompts for AI art, but it doesn't really matter because programmers are the ones who wrote the programs for that. So you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar that they also have simplified ways to get in. Then we have using themes and emotions for storytelling elements. You can have that for when you're actually doing an AI text prompt. One of the things that I find very handy in my AI use of AI when communicating with people, what if you're very, very angry, but you don't want to come across as that? Then you type everything you want into your thing, but you tell the AI in a calm voice. Tell them that they made the mistake of not adding the right amount of yeast to the bread and the bread was ruined, and the AI will actually say, well, you might have had a little bit of problems here, and here's and totally overlook the fact that you lost thousands of dollars because this was actually on a bread manufacturing line, and but if you want to sound nicer, AI will do that. If you want to sound meaner, AI will do that too. You can say, write in an angry voice, write as if you're talking to a 6-year-old, write as if you're a college graduate, and discuss the theories behind bubble gum and popping bubbles. It will do whatever you tell it to. That's one of the great things about using with AI. Watch the YouTuber and she makes things what's happening. Yes, and it will make vlogs. And Andrew, on another note, as far as AI and video generation, I actually have a program that you can actually put, it doesn't do it very well yet. You can actually write a story and have it make a video. It's wild. It'll search through stock stock videos and pull that down, what it can use. Using themes, emotional storytelling elements, that's what goes in there. When you're writing a long, more complex storytelling element, another thing to take into consideration is the limitations on the AI. For example, ChatGPT is advertised at a 5,000 word limit, or is it 5,000 characters? I can't remember which. And so what you can do on that is you could break your story down into chunks and then feed it to the AI. That's how people do those AI books. They write one chapter at a time based on a story from an outline, just like the one we're doing now. The role of constraints in prompting creativity. I would say the major constraint is you need to give it, because AI is logical, you need to feed it a logical order of things. You can't, and you can switch it around, but the more you switch it around, it depends on the AI, the power of the AI. For example, 3.5 can't take as creative prompt as you can write for 4.0, which is, unless you've done it, it's like comparing a Volkswagen to a Ferrari. A Volkswagen can do a 500-mile Grand Prix, but not as fast as the Ferrari could. Section 3, writing prompts for AI art. Take about 10 minutes. Visual imagery and descriptive language makes a big difference. You can explore different art styles and mediums with that. I'll show you more about that later on. And a lot of the interfaces with the AI art programs, for example, DALL-E. DALL-E is one that you can access directly, or you can access using interface program. And the interface programs will actually have the mediums and the styles and the painters' names even for some of the programs. And we'll see that in a bit too. Case studies, successes and challenges in AI prompts. Successes in AI prompts are ones that work, and the challenges in AI prompts. What I have found with AI prompts with art is when the AI, say it gives you 6 fingers on your hand and you say 5 fingers on the hand, and say the 6th finger was a pinky, an extra pinky, it might take away your thumb. So you have to be very explicit, say which hand. And for some reason, AI with pictures, my safest thing with it is once I get a picture that it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I just switch over to another AI program for doing that artwork, or I just shut it off altogether, because AI art, once it gets it wrong, it just seems like you can't circle the wagons around to where they're supposed to be. You have to shut it all off and start over. With text, however, a lot of times, say it used the word into instead of in, you can actually tell it if there is only one into, replace into with in. And that is one that helps there. Case studies. Okay. And that's what I've always found. And then also knowing the nuances in the actual platform that you're using. And I'll show you with Airbrush, for example, I found that the large format is probably the best. That's the 512 by 512. And if you're doing a single character, like say, draw a dog, a dog, golden retriever. That would work fine in 512 by 512. But with airbrush, for some reason, when you go to super large or whatever they call it, 124 by 124, 1024, that actually, instead of getting one, you'll get multiples. And that's a problem with that one program. I still love airbrush. Writing prompts for AI text. You got tone, text, perspective, and textual prompts. That's exactly what we were talking about. And structuring prompts for narratives, poetry, and dialogue, case studies. I guess I should probably get into this. Kind of boring like this. Is almost like a lecture. Let's go in and see what some of my prompts are, just to change things up a little bit. I have every day I start the day off with planning daily. And the way I'll do it is I'll either use this prompt, which is plan day based on start and stop times. And this is the prompt. This took me about 80 hours worth of work to get this exactly the way I want. And then what that'll do is it'll generate something. And let me see if I have one close by here. This is the one that does it by, whoops, let's move that over a little bit. This is my plan day list, where it just basically does a list for me. And I might have one that has times. And here's one that has times. Focus, maybe pull back a little bit. So this prompt here generated this text. And it put in the date too, which is kind of nice. And there's just so many things that you can use AI for. And I believe in the, what you would call it, the honest use of AI. In other words, when I'm using AI, I admit to it. The only time I don't admit to it is with birthdays. And I think I showed that last time. Was like, for example, this chat history here, which is really handy too to have if your program has it. So it'll show all of you what you've been working on. Like read the input and see if there's a way to improve each reminder. And that's one of them. And then right over here, this was an email that I just sent out to a friend of mine just recently about going to dinner. This is my daily prompt from today, actually. And then what I do with this, because I haven't quite figured out how to get to, I'm working on getting a more complex prompt that'll actually put that into 2 columns. Instead, what I do now is I just use another program called Fast Stone Capture, and I capture it and then split it out myself manually. A lot of times with AI, you get to a point where it's like, it'll take 100 hours to figure out how to get the AI to save you 5 minutes. Well, just take the 5 minutes and do it the other way around. Getting back to our notes is over here. So prompt writing, AI text, and tone, voice, perspective, textual prompts. And this one I can't bring up my Voila. So let's go over to here. And we are just going to Now, this is just a short prompt that I've developed for basically writing like me and a response. And like say, Andrew, thank you for joining us today. AI prompt writing. Now, I have no idea exactly what this is going to write, but I do know from the way I wrote the prompt that it'll be short and concise. And we are going to repeat the same thing with another prompt. All right, first we're going to copy the input. I like to have my input able to be variable here. So here's Andrew. And it says, Andrew, appreciate you coming today. Enjoyed AI prompt discussion. Okay, we have another one, which looks much the same, right? Like me. And then I put an F after it for fluff, adding more fluff. This is the exact same thought. And let's see what it does. Isn't that great? I wanted to take this moment to express my genuine gratitude for your presence at our meeting today. Your insights and contributions were invaluable, and it was evident that everyone in the room benefited from your expertise. Engaging in discussion about AI prompt writing with you brought a new level of depth and perspective to our conversation, and that I'm especially grateful, thankful. Well, thank you. And that one works out well too. This I can't pull up Voila on because it's not in Chrome. This is actually on my machine. This is my UPDF PDF reader and editor. So writing prompts, we did that. Case studies, we have a couple case studies. And Andrew, if you have any photo or any text generation that you want, I'd be more than happy to do it right now here as a live demonstration. Speaking of live demonstration, crafting a prompt together with the audience participation. Encourage viewers to share their prompt ideas in chat or comments. So if you have any ideas, Andrew, let's do one for cooking. How about my 4T? All right, first I got to do this and then bring it back up. This is one that has 4 titles and it's called T4. This is one that I worked. 4 8-word or less engaging titles for YouTube. How about German chocolate cake sensation? Okay, how about that, Andrew? Will that work? We have Ultimate German Chocolate Cake Guide. We have Decadent Chocolate Sensation Unveiled. We have Perfect German Chocolate Cake Masterclass. Sensational German Chocolate Cake Secrets. Now we could even go even more and come up with 10 more and even use clickbait to get the click. How's that? See, this is even, you've never tasted chocolate cake like this. German chocolate cake, the ultimate recipe. Shocking truth behind German cake. You never know. Transform your baking with this chocolate cake. And I know I've seen you do orange chicken, so do the same thing for Chinese orange chicken. How about Thai orange chicken? Thai orange chicken. So that's one way. And then how about do again for learning to lurk better on YouTube. Mastering the art of YouTube lurking. Lurking on YouTube, top secret tips. How not to get discovered. All right, and the reason why, this is my, speaking of AI, this is my personal, personal AI and me project. This is a diary that I've been working on. I haven't sanitized it, otherwise I would show this to you. Creating and to inspire AI art and text. I think that is, what is that? It's the outline for this. Then we have hip exercises. Now, with the hip exercises, this is another use of AI. Say you didn't want to go and experiment with going through all of the Google searching and everything. I just went and I went prompt to J. I put, let's see, what was the prompt to GPT-4? Tools for AI review of business reports? No, that's not what I wanted. Why did I change? Oh, tools for financial analysis. I clicked on the wrong thing. But this was an output that I got from GPT-4. I haven't had a chance to go through that. That was for a project for a friend. Where's the hip thing? Right here. AI hip exercises. I recently strained my hip, and which I had done, and the hip exercises are on page 2 down here, which gave me an actual workout routine, which kind of helped some. Now, one of the things is with AI and AI text generation, make sure that you know a little bit about the subject, because you cannot rely totally on AI text generation as being factual, even on factual subjects. I think we're almost into the next thing, which will be not that over here. Live demonstration, crafting together. We did text, and we did some. Let's go and see what's next. I think next might be actually advanced technique, leverage cultural references. You could do that, like say, for example, let's go over here and advanced techniques. Oh, right there. Cultural. Oh, that's because I'm still on the same thing, aren't I? We can go here to get more out of a desired photo. Let's just come down and just call up voila. Oh, come on, get back there. Sorry about that. It's my new keyboard. I went down too hard on my key. control. All right, we want to do right in a Southern accent request for a job application at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Make sure to make references to the owner, Bob Barker. See, and they use howdy and I find y'all. All right, so that's how to do cultural. And right in a, how about college educated? Right, like a college professor requesting a job application at NASA. Make sure to make references to Elon Musk. After all, won't be long before he has enough money to buy it. And you notice how the tone has totally changed there. And it put a lot more in there. Back to our outline. We did that. Avoid common pitfalls. One of the common pitfalls that I've noticed, and every high volume AI user in the United States is making this error right now. As a matter of fact, it's right before the Supreme Court. They do not adequately proofread or cite the fact that they are using AI in the content generation. Once again, they aren't adequately citing or proofreading the product that the AI is putting out. There have been legal teams that have been accused, rightfully so, of citing actual court cases that don't exist. One of the problems with AI, if it doesn't know, it makes up. That is why AI art, you have to add negative prompts into AI art. And what are negative prompts? Only 2 legs, no more than 2 legs, no more than 2 arms. Don't make a human with a third eye because AI doesn't know, and it will go there if you let it. Avoid common pitfalls. Okay, so there's common pitfalls. We have conclusion, recap, takeaways from today's session. You know, I didn't do any art. Let's go do some art before we do any more thing here, because art is fun, and I wanted to go over some of the tools that I'm using. Now, art, one of my favorite art programs, isn't the best in the world, but it's one of the least expensive, is Airbrush. And this one just does a great job. Like, for example, watch. They want a sleeping cat. So we got sleeping cat. Create an image. See how large 512 by 512? And there's a sleeping cat. Isn't she cute? Oh. Now, when we go for extra large, I would almost wager that we will see more than one. Create again. And with airbrush, you can only do one at a time. But I love it. This is one of my favorite ones. And you get to watch the circle go round and round and round. I picked up quite a few. Yep, there's two. And one behind it. And it's kind of funky the way they got it in there. Now we have another one which I use, which is also, why don't I show you some of the history on this? You've heard When Pigs Fly. And the cool thing, I like that it saves the prompt too. The prompt I used was flying hog midair to camera in multicolored tutu with rainbow. And we got flying hog close to camera in multicolored tutu with rainbow. You couldn't really tell that this guy's flying or not, so I didn't like that one. And also with the airbrush, one of the things that it'll do is you can change the type of AI engine that you're using, like Sleeping Cat. If we change the engine, and almost all of the ones that interface with AI image generators have that. How about Waifu Diffusion? Just for grins. See what it looks like. See what Waifu Diffusion is. I should have taken a lot more art in my time. Not the fastest, but it works. And one of the nice things is it's a one-time feed. There's a long-term deal. See, that's a little bit different. Stock image. Here's my last project I was working on. I was trying to get a cultural with more than one religion in it, but I had a little bit of trouble. I was trying to mix up Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and Christmas. And if anybody has any, is your AI free, Bill? My software is not free. I can Bard, which I can show you, that is a free one. And there are some free software programs that do AI art. Airbrush, that's still probably for sale on AppSumo, and that costs like $29. So it's not that expensive, but there are free image software programs. Let me see if I can find one. Free image generator AI. All right, leave the site. Canva, how about Crayon, your free image AI generating tool, or Deep AI. Let's try Deep AI. That sounds really fun. Ooh, I like this one. So how about we do Sleeping Cat again and see what free AI does. And let's choose a style which would make it look kind of like that panda, except a sleeping cat. And options, choose export gallery, options, illusions. How about, ooh, what's that? Oh, I think I'm going too crazy on this. come down over to the side here and see what all AI art users are crafting. Generate. There. Let's see what we get, just out of curiosity here. Well, there's our cat for free with deepai.org. I have heard about this. Let's do just standard HD with that one. No, this one. This one looks fun. And let's do Civil War hero coming home from battle along a country road, golden hour lighting. Actually, let's use this one. That one even looks more interesting. We'll see what we get. You're going to find over the next couple of years that they're putting AI programming into just about everything. In the next generation of employees, they're going to have to know how to use AI, because you basically have AI in just about everything. And I find it's fun to learn AI with AI as far as my AI appliances. I talk to my Google, not Google. I have Google Nest. I talk to that, and it pulls up videos and songs from YouTube. But most of my listening is on my Echo Dot. And it's funny because the Echo Dot, you can ask it for a certain song. It'll play a commercial and say, this is only available on Amazon Prime Music, not Amazon Prime Music, Amazon Music Unlimited. Would you like me to start it? You tell them no. Next thing you know, you're getting your song that you asked for anyways. But here's the Civil War heroes coming back, although they look a lot like World War I or something, because I don't remember helmets in Civil War. But that's the free version. There's also free text generators. Bard is one of the best, I think. Come on, get over there. And write a short thank you to my friend Andrew and others for attending AI Prompt Live on YouTube today. Let's see what we get. Not bad. And not only that, notice how, because it's owned by Google and it also is on YouTube, I would bet that these hashtags would actually work quite well on YouTube if I went and put that on my wall. Yes, Bard is well worth your time, Andrew. And if you have any troubles whatsoever with Bard, feel free to contact me. It's a godsend. Like, remember that thing that I was doing with the cake titles? Let's get back over there and let's get into chat history. I don't know if Bard has chat history though. Define AI today. I think I had it and I can't find my cake thing. It doesn't like me anymore. Well, let's see if it, there we go. cake titles. How about we go like this? Go cake. Oh, here we are right there. Okay. We'll see what Bard does with this. Always fun to find out how Bard interacts. Eight words. Okay, let's see what we get. Because I know that you, oh, look at that. Comes up, chocolate coma alert, German chocolate cake craze. Oh, who wouldn't want to click on that? We all love food comas. And then we got gooey goodness, dive into chocolate. These are better than the ones Volava's coming up with. I've been following Bard along in the news and also playing with Bard. And Bard catches up with GPT fast. And there is a lot of sneaky things that Bard is going to be doing in the near future. Like, let's try and see if Bard will draw a picture yet. And the funny thing is that I've noticed with the AIs is they will attempt and they'll actually start showing you what they're working on, but it hasn't quite been released yet. But you'll get a quick snippet of it, and then it takes it away because, oh no, we're not gonna. That's not published yet. Draw a, what is it? Maine cat, long tail Maine cat, Maine. Let's just Maine. Short hair cat. We'll see if it can draw yet, because I know that's on the see, yeah, it's on the. I know it's in their development for future. You're going to see Bard doing this in the future. There's also, all right, so that's that. Then we have Brainworks, which is another, this is a writing only program, which I also have. Then I have Neuron Writer, which I didn't call up. And this one is what I would classify this as a hybrid, because it has both image generation and copyright. And the whole idea behind Crater, and there's several other ones, is that they're designed so that you could write a whole blog post with pictures, text, and actually code it and then just jam it right into your WordPress and put it on your blog posts. Me, I like to do the photos different, not photos separately, but like we can chat with AI right here and do the same thing. Let's see what it does for chocolate cake. I don't think it'll be as nice as Bard, but yeah, see, look. I think Bard came up with much better prompts. Oh, you know what? I didn't show them. Sorry. My brain. Just a second here. All right, come on down. Show on stream. That is chat with AI. And here's Bard with how to draw this cat. And let's get back to the cake, because I don't think I had it showing. I'm sorry. I need to try to improve my tube titles, TubeBuddy scores, but I never get over 60%, LOL. But you get a ton of people watching your videos. Andrew, you could title them just about anything and they'll watch. But here's the Bard right here, and let's make it even bigger. Let's see if I go the other way, then if I go like that. Chocolate cherry dream baked German cake. Well, give me Andrew, type in a name of a video you want some titles on. We'll do it right now. I mean, that's what we're here for. Plus, it'll give me some practice. And I'll be able to go out there and cook that thing right away. Have you ever tried the Topsy turkey, by the way, Andrew? That I love my Topsy turkey. All right, let's do another one. Actually, let's go like this. YouTube. Let's go. I love the new, that is really delicious looking. A fork into a spoon. It's a hybrid spork. Let's see, we got easy. All right. We go into Bard. We take your last one. Come up with 8 more Easy Leg with Roman titles, and feel free to use clickbait to make more incredible. All right, how about this? See, look at that. This lamb fell right off the bone. No joke. Rosemary heaven. Lamb gang. So easy you'll cry tears of joy. Mom approved lamb roast. Forget takeout restaurant. Quality lamb in 2 hours under $20. Hey, by the way, speaking of which, I went to my favorite grocery outlet store yesterday. I picked up a roast for doing pot roast, a little over a pound for under $4. And I brought it home, put it in my pressure cooker. I put a cup of water, a quarter cup of soy sauce, a quarter cup of, I think it was Canadian whiskey. And then I put a ton of garlic in there, sliced up, because I bought peeled garlic and I just have them in my refrigerator, using them up. So a whole big packet of those, which was about the equivalent of a full bulb, not a clove, but a full large bulb, and grown in California too. Then I pressure cooked that with some potatoes. Oh, it was to die for. It was yum. And here's a trick I'm going to give you, Andrew. I don't know if you have this yet, but if you don't have a really good pepper grinder, what you do is you get one of those manual coffee grinders and you fill it up with peppercorns. And I think that's where they got the idea of doing the coffee grinders, actually. But it works like a champ, because I've been doing a lot of black pepper. Oh, you do like those titles. Hey, give me a title. Actually, I'm going to go steal another one of your titles. All right, let's take one that you only have less than 1,000 views on, if there is one. Nope, there isn't. Oh, here's one. 16. this one. This Unleash the Delicious. Let's see if we can come up with a better one than this, because this one is your recent one. And it has, well, it showed the views coming in. Let's go back and we'll do the whole thing. All right, so we know that that video has very good engagement, and anybody who's going to be on that video is going to watch it all the way to the end. We want to get more people to click on it because it has probably just been released 12 minutes ago, 3 hours ago. That's why you only have 16 views, which is good. Let's see if we can get a better, more engaging title on there. Although that one you have there is very engaging. Bard, come on, Bard, you can do it. Now, another thing with writing, if your program doesn't have a way to store prompts, it's a good idea to have another title, another file, just a text file to store your prompts in. I'll show you that in just a second. Come up with 8 more and then what you would do is go like this. Let's see if Bard will handle it. Title. Feel free to use clickbait. Actually, what I'm going to do, Andrew, I hope you're still here, because I'm going to type this out, and then I'm going to put it into the chat so that you can just copy this straight out and use that into Bard if it works. Clickbait and to make more incredible and mouth watering. Okay, and then we go title equals. Now, this would be the actual prompt here. And then what you do is you would just click in your title that you're working on, and this would be the part that you would save to be your prompt. And I'm going to put it right in here now. That's the prompt. Feel free to copy it. I have no copyright restrictions whatsoever to my originality. And let's pray that we come up with some really snazzy unleash, although this is pretty good. How about chicken nirvana? Melt in your mouth, chicken bomb. Forget the forks. One pan pantry, flavored tsunami fills this creamy chicken dream. Kiss dried chicken goodbye. This creamy sauce is pure addiction. 5 minutes to bliss. I like that kiss cream. 5 minutes to bliss. From refrigerator to heaven, this creamy chicken. Restaurant secrets leaked. Copycat creamy chicken that blows minds. And you know what you could do, Andrew? I don't know what version of TubeBuddy, or even if you do use TubeBuddy. And what you might do is maybe consider going and doing a what am I saying? Oh yeah, A/B testing. You could like put the title in there, leave it up there for like 2 hours, see how it does, then put another title in and just play with it. And it could be your experiment. Well, everyone, I've had a great time. Thank you for joining me. This has been just so much fun. AI prompts. Big thing to remember with AI. 2 things, actually. 1, AI is not going to take over the world. It's not going to kill the human race. AI is here to stay, but don't be scared of AI. And number 2, with prompts, go out there, play with them. And if you think it's too expensive, it's free. There's all sorts of free AI to be had. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.